You are listening to SheKings with Erica and Allie. This is a podcast for peasants who don't want to live shitty lives. Every week we share insights on how to stop living out of habit and start living out of inspiration. So let's do this. All right, here we go. Welcome to SheKings, you guys, gals, humans. Let's stick with humans.
Humans.
Hi. All right, so this is episode number 12. And for those of you who don't know who who we are, every week we bring clarity to overused spiritual buzzwords and little known spiritual concepts so that you can live with more freedom and more ease, which is another way of saying so you don't live a shitty life.
Basically. Yeah, really all about, because we had to be I guess more clear than shitty life, because people are like, yeah, I definitely don't want to live a shitty life, but I still don't know what you're talking about. So there you go. Clarity to overuse spiritual.
And we will say it each and every time. And this is episode number 12 of season 2. So this is episode 30. Wait, no. Yeah. Woohoo. We are doing the thing. We're cranking them out.
Yeah, man. So what is going on in your world?
It's cloudy. It's cold. We've been so spoiled. So we're in January, and the last couple of days have been 60 degrees.
Oh,
honey, we went for walks, and then this morning, no sun. It's cloudy. It's gray. I think it's going to snow. So I'm like, no. But it was fun.
Tears in my eyes for you.
I don't see any. I don't see any at all.
You don't see? Oh,
no.
Maybe they're not there.
It's funny because on our walk, there was like this, the roots were just huge. So it was this root system of irises. And so this whole front of this yard was just, in the springtime, there's going to be all these irises. And all these little green shoots were coming up. And I was just like, don't go back. It's crap. Because in the next couple of weeks, you're going to get hammered with snow. Like, don't do it, little irises. Yeah, because they were full too. They were just like, hell yeah. It's springtime, but it's not. It's fucking cold today.
I mean, this has to have happened for like years and years and years. And now because we are so focused on climate change, we are paying more attention, because I swear every year I come to Holland, and I don't know why I was coming just the shittiest time of year, like this, like January, February, March area.
Yeah.
Every year they're like, oh, the tulips are starting to bloom because we ruined the earth, and it's going to snow again. And I'm like, oh shit. But every year we get through. We're still here until we're not. And when we're not, it won't matter.
I will tell you this. Last year it snowed in May.
Woo!
Yeah, no, that's fucking climate change. May. We got a snow. That's right before June.
Yeah, I know. It probably melted like
24 hours. It was that's climate change. That's all kind of whacked out stuff.
Yeah, that's crazy.
The Mother Earth Gaia is just like, all right, let's do it. Let's do it. I'm in. Whatever that looks like.
Yep. That's what it is.
Heat, snow, floods, fires. Just like, I'm open.
I mean, Mother Earth will take care of herself. And like, I know that we don't usually feel awesome about thinking about that, but same example every time. After the hurricane, your boat may have been turned upside down and sank to the bottom of the ocean, and after the hurricane, your house may be gone, but as bare as those trees were, and it was completely brown, 2 months later it was brand new. Like, Mother Nature takes care of Mother Nature, and humans, We can keep fucking it up, and I think the planet will be fine, short of something else happening. I don't want to I don't want to catastrophize too far, but if the planet is still here, humans may not be, but the planet will be fine, and it will
Yeah,
clear itself up just like that. So
we'll do our thing. And how's Amsterdam? Is it
I
warm?
went out today.
Yeah.
It's hovers around 50, but it dropped down to like the low 30s, which was, you know, that was pretty cold. But
It's not bad.
lucky for me, I'm a hot damn life coach, and I can do everything from my bed or my home office, and life is good.
Yeah,
The weather doesn't matter to me.
I hear you. Well, good. I am yeah, I'm excited for you to share your shit situation. That's my shit. That's my shit.
So this week for That's My Shit, I actually want to shout out a spiritual singer and musician, and his name is Robert Hanuman. And I really want to suggest that everybody go and get his CD. He actually is the husband of one of my teachers, and he passed away a couple years ago from a massive heart attack, just like that. So they have a 4 or 5 year old son at this point, and his music is so beautiful. And he basically took her spiritual teachings and put them to music. And I've been listening to his album, and let me tell you the name of it.
That sounds wonderful.
Yeah, it's called Let It All Fall Apart. And yeah,
Got
and his his the combination of his music and her words, and um he has a couple of instrumental songs, just the feeling of it. It really takes you to a particular feeling that really matches his wife's energy, but also his. And it's just a beautiful combination. And they are actually trying to raise money to produce his last album. So he had all this music left on his computer when he passed away. So his son and some of his friends are trying to raise money for that. And if you guys want to contribute to that, we will include in the show notes a link to their fundraising page. But again, just beautiful music. And let me tell you some of the names of the songs. I Don't Fit In, Not Knowing, Courageous Warrior, Already Free, Lost, Waves, The Last Day. And that's interesting, The Last Day. It's about what happens when you pass away, about like leaving this life behind. And so, I mean, I think for her, it has to be really, beautiful and painful to listen to this song. Should I play a little bit of it? Is that okay? You think it'll come through?
Yeah.
So, can you hear it? So this is the one about his last day. There's no space left for illusions or lies. There are no more reasons to deny. When it's time to close my eyes, it is the time to give back everything I borrowed. Nothing's mine when there's no tomorrow. Ah, 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 ah. So isn't that
That's so
beautiful?
lovely.
So lovely. So anyway, the all the songs have a kind of different feel to them, but um when it's time, when there's no more tomorrow, you know, you give back everything you borrowed, because yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. All of this stuff is just on loan. And then we go back to this freedom.
Yeah.
And yeah, anyway, such a beautiful album. That's my shit. And
I love it.
check it out, people.
I'm excited. When we hop off here, I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, I think if I was still teaching, I would definitely be integrating his music into my classes, because they're all so fun and different.
I'm going to, so I'll let you know how it goes.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And that one for Savasana, oh goodness.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Ooh, I'm excited. I'm excited.
Yeah.
All right. What is our topic for today?
Well, it is keeping the main thing the main thing. What does that mean? It means bitches, stay focused. Focus, focus, focus. So why are we talking about this, Ellie?
Oh my gosh. Okay. Why I'm talking about this is we are so distracted. We're so distracted and worried about what's going on over here, what's going on over here. What did this person say? What should they've not been doing? Oh my gosh. We're forgetting why we're here.
Yeah,
And it's
absolutely.
to a point where it's just like, man, it's it's really, for me, it's what is that word?
Disheartening.
Disheartening. Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
so just fucking distracted about the stupidest shit. And it's
It's Allie just said, we're so distracted by the stupidest shit, and it's stupid. It's like, I just want to drive home
oh
the
my
stupid. But no, it's Allie came up with this topic, and it's right on point for me as well. And I think that it's a part of the reason why I stepped away from absolutely everything, because I was seeing it in myself. I was seeing how distracted I was with, um, what this person was doing over there and how this person was irritating me. And I think that, it's something that's so common that we spend time talking about, oh, can you believe that this person in my family is not living their best life and is treating their significant other like this, or is mooching off of this person, or whatever. These is personal, like the things that I'm hearing. Or you're distracted by somebody who irritates you at work, and it's just this constant focus on conflict and on finding a problem with everything that comes across your path. There's like literally nothing is good. And so we wanted to talk about um, just that, and like what the alternative is.
Yeah. Well, and we think that we have a duty or a job to put people in their place, to rage against something, to fight against something, to demand justice. Um, and all that shit is just a distraction. And I'm not saying when it comes to you, like your personal business, if something happens to you and you want to, go a certain route with it, whatever it is, seeking justice, whatever it is, I mean, that's your lane, that's your business. And if that supports your healing and supports you using your voice and not being a doormat, whatever your story is, then wonderful, do it. But when you're all up in other people's business and how things are going, um, yeah, you're not keeping the main thing the main thing. And the main thing for absolutely everyone on the face of this earth is the same. The main thing is your healing, your happiness, your connection with yourself and the divine. That's the main thing. It's it's just, and why I got on this is because Mark read something to me that was on Facebook, and how people were protesting against this artist, and I was like, oh my gosh, like what are we doing? Like, seriously, what are we doing? It's just over the top.
I think, and you know, it's tough to stay focused on ourselves when we are, particularly when it's ancestral, or there's an issue with um, some part of your identity. So whether you identify as Black or a woman or a Black woman or a person of color or a white woman or a white man or whatever, however it is we identify, when we hear that, you know, our group is being oppressed or hurt in some way, um, the tendency is to fly into a rage without even checking in on whether the problem is a problem. So I remember being in marketing, and I had this marketing class that I used to fall asleep in all the time. Like, that's who I am. I I spent a lot of time sleeping in undergrad and law school class. This is a problem. But anyway, I had nodded off in this class. And then I woke up and the teacher was asking, do you wear Vanity Fair makeup? Right? And I'm like, wait, I'm like, first of all, I look around, I'm like, oh shit, I'm the only Black person in here. I know why you're asking me. And like, there was a moment where I was like, I had to like run through the, you know, my black checklist. Like, is this okay? Or have you just played yourself, sir? Or have you just motherfucking played yourself? I'm gonna pull you to the side after this class. But at the end of the day, he was asking if I use that brand because it is the brand of my grandmother, right? Not my mom, but my grandmother. And I used it and I knew about it because, you know, it was the first brand that was marketed towards Black people and actually had the colors of their skin taken into account when they created the whatever. But you know, that's a lot of, you know, as a Black woman, and especially I used to fight the good fight. Um, a lot of it's so easy for us to be touched by something that we perceive to be wrong, whether it's, you know, as women, as Black people, as Black women. Um, and you know, I feel like, you know, and just putting some context around what you were saying earlier, I feel like it's totally okay
Yeah.
to say what you need to say in a particular situation. I don't think that we're in any way suggesting that, you know, if someone is actually out of line, that you don't address it. But we have to be careful about carrying a torch that just never, the flame just never dies on the issue.
Right.
Because first of all, there are a million issues with that, right? First of all, because it takes you off the focus of your own, like you said, happiness and healing. But also, it is the accepting of uh, another identity, and that's the identity as a victim, right? Oh, because I'm a woman, this is how I'm treated as, you know, a truck driver, you know, and this profession is male dominated in the boardroom, and this profession is male dominated. And it's like, maybe you need to be in your strength.
Yeah.
Because you let people walk all over you. Forget womanhood. Maybe it's because you're an asshole. Maybe you need to just take a step back. And so there's so much going on. And when we want to like grab on very quickly to some identifying factor, yeah,
Yeah.
that can be really problematic. Go ahead.
I'm, yeah, this is how just a lot of things have been showing up for me to focus on this. So when we don't keep the main thing the main thing, one, we're not having to look at ourselves. I think that's why all these distractions are so appealing, like just so appealing, is because I don't have to look at myself. I don't have to really tap into my feelings. So the other, and this is a perfect example, when you were talking, it just popped up. I was returning something at the store. I got the wrong light bulbs. And so the main thing would be what? Me returning the light bulbs to the store. Nothing else. I'm going to the store to return these fucking light bulbs. That's it, to get my money back. And then I'm going back to the studio, right? So I'm in line. I thought I was in line at the customer service, and there was two other Black ladies in line, and one of them was off to the side, which I was just like, oh, that's odd, but I was still standing in line. And so the lady she was talking, the one who was next in line, and she looks at me and this other lady, and she goes, y'all are in the wrong line. You need to be behind me. I'm next. Okay. The main thing was to return the light bulb and to get in line, right? Because I need to be in line to return the light bulb, right? So if I would have just kept the main thing, I would have been like, oh, thank you, right? And got in line, because that's the main fucking thing, is to return the light bulb.
Instead, you were like, you stupid bitch. Who the fuck is you talking to? There was a better way to say that. I fucking hate you. And I'm going home.
Would not let it go. She would, and she starts going in, and just like, y'all are blocking the aisle, but she just wouldn't let it go. And so, and I could have simply said, thank you, I appreciate you pointing that out to me, and kept the main thing. But no, and then really sat with my feelings, like, why am I getting defensive? One, why am I uncomfortable? Like, that's keeping the main thing is me. It's me, not her. It's me, to work on my shit and to still return these fucking light bulbs. But nope. I mean, I did have to point out, to be like, well, actually, we weren't blocking the aisle. There's plenty of room. And then so her and I kind of got into this back and forth. Oh my gosh. And I felt slimed. And it wasn't from her. It was from me. Like, why am I in her shit when the main thing was me returning these fucking light bulbs, right? Yeah. And so if you take that little example and blow it up, I was like, we're in everybody's shit.
Yes.
Like commenting, being nasty, doing gossiping. It's just, oh my, we're so far off course. Like, I got way off course because the main thing was returning these light bulbs. That's it. Not getting into it with this way older Black lady who I know is the highlight of her day, which is totally fine, but that's not my main thing. It wasn't my main thing. But yeah, I see how we can easily get distracted, because I mean, it happened in under 2 seconds.
But I really, that example is so awesome, right? Because it highlights like the exact thing, like you said, oh, that was just so beautiful. We should have just started off with that, and we'd be like all the way through, Allie. Come on. Because it's true. Like, whatever your goal is, like whatever it is you're setting off to do, every other fucking thing, every battle that you fight that is not literally directly contributing to this end, is a fucking waste of time. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of energy. And then we wonder why we don't have energy to do the things that we say we want to do in this world.
Yep.
But you don't wasted it all on dumb shit, on fighting dumb battles. And why? Because it's exciting.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's sexy. Because that's what everybody's talking about right now. Because you're going to write a think piece on a think piece on a think piece. Jeez Louise. And it would just, if we would actually even just focus on why it is we want to like throw our hat into the whatever, to the ring on every single fucking issue and every single fucking offense, like you said, we would see like there's something so much deeper. Why am I so bothered by this? Why do I have to say something about this? Why do I have to contribute? Why can't I? We're all afraid to be nobody.
Right. Because if you look at it, and so those are the ways that we're distracting, right? We're distracted. So you have social media, you're focusing on the past, you have fear of the future, you're in gossip, the news. Why don't we want to focus on our own shit? Because it's not sexy. I mean, if that was my story, I went to the store and returned my light bulbs. That's not sexy. But then I got into it with this lady because
and
she
I
was
know
right.
her.
I mean, that is our fucking society. Like, there always has to be something. Ego loves drama. It just does, because then it's just like, oh, well, I spoke my whatever. We call it my truth. It's not truth. That's all bullshit. I spoke what I believed, and I put her in her place. Or I put him in his place. And I was like, oh, fuck. None of that shit happened. That's just an illusion to keep you stuck in this just avoidance. Like we're in this avoidance cycle because we're so distracted on all this other shit. And so I'm seeing a lot of it, right? Because if I was focused on the main thing, it would literally have been, ooh, I'm feeling defensive. So that's my healing. That's the main thing is my healing, right? Healing the lineage, right? So here are these two Black women going at it. Like, how is that healing our lineage? Like, that's ridiculous, you know? Even if we weren't yelling or screaming or calling names, there was still that tension between us. That's not healing lineage, right?
Playing into the tension that is so intrinsic almost to being Black people in this country. And it's like,
yeah. Right. And I could have been focusing on my happiness, right? I could have been focusing on connecting with others in a right, loving way. So it is just everybody's main thing is them, right? The main thing is to shine your light. The main thing is to let people see, ooh, you know, she's different. There's something about her, right? She's kind. She's like, you know, thank you for pointing that out to me. I wouldn't want to block the aisle, right? When, you know, but I'm just like, there's only two of us. When no one's blocking, relax.
everybody calm the fuck
down. Oh my gosh. And so, and right when I left that, I was just like, man, Allie, like that would have been a perfect opportunity to start healing the lineage. First starting with me and then this woman. So it is painful. It is painful work because it's not like you're stepping down or you're letting them win, but it's a different vibe where this lady is just going on and on and on. And then for me to just say, thank you, you know, you're right. I could have been blocking the aisle. I appreciate you pointing that out. I mean, that's not as, that is empowering, but in the moment, that's not empowering. Empowering is just like, listen, you need to relax. No one's blocking the aisle, so calm down. Right?
Yeah. But you know, it's interesting because as you talk and as I think about even myself being in that situation, you feel that vibration of the negativity that was in her. If it's in you, oh, that it flares up and it's very, very, very difficult to act differently than you're programmed to act once you get into that space. And so it really was awesome for you to have that and then to have it plus your awareness. And so the situation went as it went, and that was perfect.
Yeah.
And next time the awareness will come more sooner, and you will respond in the same way or not. Because I mean, there's nothing wrong with how you responded, right? So it's not even this necessarily this idea of fix yourself, more just that focus. Like, where are you focusing?
Yeah.
Where are you focusing? And if you would be willing to go home and ask those questions that Alec, why am I so defensive?
Yeah.
Because it doesn't feel good. Not because you're broken, not because there is anything wrong with you, not because you have to do something different, because it didn't feel good.
Yeah.
And you don't have to not feel good. Why am I so defensive?
Yeah.
What was there? Go ahead.
And that questioning right there is keeping the main thing.
Yeah.
It's me. Yeah. Like, let me work on myself. Let me, because if I kept going off on a tangent with that lady and not letting it go and just carried her on my shoulders the whole day, then that would be that distraction. Yeah.
One more thing I want to point out is that the trick to this whole thing is that whatever the distraction is, it will always seem like it's important, right? Even listening to me and Allie talk right now, let's just call it what it is. There are going to be some people who listen to this and be like, you know, they'll be like, these stupid bitches. Like, do you know how hard it is to like be a woman in this world trying to do these things? And they're just talking about like whatever, just shoulder shrug. But I don't live on your fucking stupid planet where like everything's all good. And I think that the really important thing to point out about when you lose that focus is that it's always going to be something that is so important. Yep. That is so important. And you got to ask yourself, As stupid as Erica and Allie are, the two dumbest bitches alive, who are railing against, picking up the sword to go to battle for these things that are so important to our society, because we are. Ask yourself why.
Yeah.
Why would they be saying it, and why is it triggering you so? Why is it triggering you so? And there's if you fight every battle for all of these identities that you have, from the Midwest, from Asia, from, what the Appalachia, and you fight the battle for your sex. I am transgender. I am this. If you just keep fighting all those battles, when you go home and you have that quiet moment, it's just you to yourself, no battle to be fought. How do you feel? What energy is fighting all those battles bringing up in you? Did it cause you to grow and to expand, or did it cause you to contract and feel at odds with your neighbor?
Yeah.
The massive shift that could come from you healing yourself is insane. You're going to run into less and less people who are going to have anything to say about your sexual preference, your sexual identification, your race, your thoughts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And a clearing point is this: it's when you don't keep the main thing, you're at odds with yourself. So if
That's
you're
it.
at odds with yourself, then yeah, you're going to be fighting against everything, because at the end of the day, we are all the same things. We are human and we are love. That's it. And if you're not fighting for any of those things, then you're missing the point. You're not keeping the main thing. So why we do this is because if we pull our attention away from it and look at ourselves, it is terrifying. It's terrifying because we don't know what's on the other side. What if I disconnect from this drama, from that person's business, this person's business, and then it's mine? It is terrifying because all of that distraction, we feel, keeps our life so busy and so full, because we are, our hands over here, we have a hand in this pot, and we are so busy and so involved that if we let all that go, then what does that mean?
Mm-hmm.
Right? And
Also, if you're fixing everybody and pointing out every fucking problem with every fucking person, who everything they write, here's a problem there, here's a problem here, here's how you can do better here. Like, if that's what you've been spending your whole time doing, you have to stop and say, maybe it's me. Yeah.
no one wants to do that shit.
Nobody wants to do that, but that's where the magic happens, and that's where the joy lives, honestly. Because when you get good with yourself, when you're finally like put down the terror of facing you and facing what's really, really going on in your life, and that actually brings to mind, a friend of mine called and she was telling me about some stuff that was going on in her life, and I was like, girl, listen, that is just distraction from dealing with this underlying issue. Like, this is what's really going on. There's some shit you need to be focused on with yourself. Now, we can keep talking about this bullshit, right? This not main thing, but the main thing gonna still be there, like, whenever you're ready. And I think that's the bottom line of this. The main thing is always going to be there waiting for you. And so keep
Oh,
the main thing. Keep you at the center of your world, and then everything will be good.
yeah.
Get better and better. So
And
what's the homework?
the homework is, what is your main thing? And we've said it 1,000 times, but I want the listeners, the viewers, to look at it, to write it down, to say it out loud. Like, the main thing is me. The main thing is my happiness, my healing, my uncomfortableness, my whatever, how I show up in the world. Like, that is the main thing. And then what can you put in place to remind yourself to keep your main thing the main thing?
Yeah.
I love the suggestion that I give my clients is there's 3 types of business. There's your business, God's business, and other people's business. The minute you leave your business, you're always going to suffer. The minute you leave your business, you are not keeping the main thing the main thing.
Period.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the fights that a lot of the fights that we're out here fighting, it really, there's nothing you can fucking do about it. 9 million of them, 9 million% of the
Yes.
fights we're fighting are God's business. You can't do shit.
Yeah.
And other people's business. Like, you can't change that person.
Right.
You literally can't. And no matter how right you are, no matter, my husband and I would get into an argument back in the days and we'll be like, if we had a jury in front of us, like if we had a jury of our peers, they would definitely agree with me. And what? How does that help anybody? Right? My business, not his business, my business.
Yeah. And it's amazing because when we spend all that time fighting against something, and I know for a fact that most people forget this or don't even know this, is when you fight, when you rage, when you put energy to it, you're supporting the very thing that you want to see change or go away. Like, so you're right, 900%. You can't change it because you're actually supporting it. So stop supporting it and keep the main thing, which is return the goddamn light bulbs.
Did you return the light bulbs?
Oh, I returned them.
Good.
Yep.
Here we
With
go.
a chip on my shoulder. They got oh my gosh. All right. I think this topic, man, we could preach on this for at least another hour and a half, but we're keeping them short, simple, and to the point. We're keeping the main thing. So I hope everyone got something from this one. This one's a really powerful one. And I think this one is going to change the world if everybody kept the main thing themselves. So Erica, how can the people connect with you, work with you, see what's happening in your world?
Come on over to ericadanielle.com and get on my schedule. Send me a message. Tell me a little bit about yourself. And if you'd like to connect with me on social, it's Erica Danielle Overshares on Facebook and on Instagram. I can see that Allie shook her head because I haven't been on social in almost 2 months. That's where I am in my life. That's where I am. I'm still pulling back. And you know what it is?
Tell me.
I am still, there's like too much ego still like playing in my life. Like things still mean stuff to me. You know what I mean? And it's just like, I want to come back when I am like, I don't know, like there needs to be a fundamental shift in how I'm seeing things. And it's not some massive thing, but it's enough that I can feel it, that I am just like, I don't know. I can't put my finger on it. I said, you know what it is? Like I had it, but then.
Well, until you can keep the main thing.
Exactly. That's what it, damn it. That's what it is. Until I can keep the main thing, I don't belong on social because the main thing don't stay the main thing at all. And so, yes, Allie. Yes. Thank you.
That's why we do what we do.
Oh my goodness, for ourselves.
Exactly. If anybody else is listening, then that's cool, but actually they're for us. So
and it's funny because we are definitely putting this stuff out there, like throwing our hat into the ring, as I was saying earlier. But like when I tell you that this show for us is the main thing, it's the main thing.
The main thing.
So where can people find you?
They can find me at IamAllieDuncan.com. And if you want to work with me, that's how you can find me. And I am Allie Duncan Be Seen on Instagram and Facebook. I changed it up. I almost forgot. So yes, please go to YouTube, leave a review, leave some stars. Same with iTunes. We really would like to grow this to have our own channel on YouTube. So please, please, please. And then, yes, and I'll say it, the website and Patreon are right around the corner. The listeners are like, haven't they been saying that for like 6 months? I don't know. But probably about 6 months.
Yeah. A solid 6 months. But, these things take time. They take time. And, it is what it is. That doesn't change the fact that we love you guys. And we want you to have a beautiful week. And share SheKings with someone you know and love. and like, subscribe, and
Do the
review.
thing. You know the routine, people. You know the routine. All right. We are out. Peace and enjoy your Friday.